All right. We are back from the hiatus on Final Fantasy. The Mecha Break beta is doing a little bit of maintenance right now. So I figured what better time to hop right back into this story I forgot all of. Wook Lamont is ready to search out the Dawn Servant's Elector. Yeah, that's what we were doing. That's what we were doing. What's up, Ma Blue? Well, obviously I'm not Tobly. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. I don't know what I'm looking for right now. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobly is, or if an Elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Alright, so they're making us fucking hunt for this Elector. I know I had a choice of 2 different quest lines before I did this. And I forget why I picked this one. Visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. It's an interesting word for the ocean. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Wouldn't want to piss off the alpacas. Come at you like Zelda chickens. You think I might be Tobly? Haha, well maybe I am. All I will say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. I am the alpaca master. They call me the god of the alpacas. Am I Tobly? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the Third Promise and her entourage. Oh, it would be the one person Wook Lamont is actually talking to. Sharp instincts. I totally didn't talk to everybody else first. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? That we shall. And there's my furry waifu. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. I was supposed to pick one. Say the nonchalant one. It's over there being all not suspicious. Seemed unconvincing. That's how they get you, you see. That is my decision. Tobly, I offer you a deal. The truth of who you are in exchange for a tidy sum. What do you say? I will bribe you. He's gonna take the money. I say hand over the coin. The truth is I'm not even a ranch hand. I just like to come by and watch the alpacas. What? You don't even work here? I knew I should have gone with my gut on this one. Why'd you ask me? Now's not the time to mourn wasted coin. We need to regroup and rethink this. At least it wasn't my money. Do I have to guess? Let's say it's diligent one. Probably not the boastful one, right? Right. Ah, the worker's so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. We know it's you, Tobly, and to prove it, I propose a deal, a generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. You're just gonna pay everybody here. Can I get a generous sum of coin? An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobly. We only paid one person who really didn't need to be paid. Head ledger of Wachunpelo and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Glul Jaja's chosen electors. Aha, and a place featured in the Tuliolial saga, just as we thought. Yeah, that one. That thing. Though it took more coin than I would have liked to know for certain. It could take more. She found you out fair and square, Tobley. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here. I mean, I think she had enough money. We could have just paid everybody in the village. They would have all told us eventually.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
I don't know how I expected him to sound, but it was not
Right.
like that.
Not hard at all.
Yeah, it wasn't. We only paid one person, other than you. Oh shit! This guy's a viper, one of my brethren.
Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobley, is to be found here.
He's not that one.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobley. That's part of the test.
It might have been the one we were just talking to that said, "Hi, my name is Tobley," but. It's gonna make him shit himself.
You're Tobley.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed.
There's no way he could have overheard, the conversation we were just having.
Proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
We're all gonna go on a vision quest. I have the ayahuasca right here. No.
You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Oh god. Oh no.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally
Oh, I thought she'd be more
docile
worried than that.
creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
I thought alpacas were her fucking kryptonite.
Bring out the example.
The example?
This is a special kind of alpaca.
We've genetically bred it with the ability to spit hard enough to split rocks. This is actually the final boss of the
Well,
DLC.
Should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
Looks so fucking adorable, though. Look at those eyes. Oh. Oh.
Ah!
That was a little bit less cute.
Little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
She fucking took that, though. She didn't even flinch until after it happened. And that's when I knew she was the one for me.
Being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, making it an effective deterrent against perceived
That's,
threats.
I didn't need to know about that.
Valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out.
It's not spit. You straight up
Also
puked on her.
especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
And she's regained consciousness.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
No.
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
So what do I do?
Alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Do I just get to sit back and watch her capture alpacas?
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn servant granted me the freedom to decide.
Why do they
the
put the
challenge.
duck bills on their
And
goggles?
when
There
we
has to
reach
be a
the
reason
end
for
of the
that.
rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Like, is it a style choice or is it actually practical?
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast
Hey.
is a beast. All yield to strength.
I mean, if he's got his strat, why are you trying to stop him? Just let him fail.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
Why are you looking at me like
Doesn't
that?
mean I can't do this.
Is it the glasses?
Spit
It's the
aside,
glasses, isn't it?
They're just another animal.
Are you all right, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream.
Oh my
It was
god.
more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
He's kind of an asshole. Can you guess which one of these pieces of shit he is? He's promised not to give it away, no matter how much I insult him. Oh, shit. I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Ugh. No. Hey, I saw that look. Yeah. You were supposed to. Aaronville wishes to discuss the feat of gold. As Wook helped to demonstrate, the valley alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. If I knock it out, just throw a rock at it from a distance. Might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? Like a boss. With the proper saddle. We infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Oh, we're gonna drug him. Okay, that's the other way. What's the other suggestion? Drugs. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They're just trying to make money off of this. This has nothing to do with you know, choosing the right fucking person to be the Dawn servant. This is all just a business to them. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. That's, I mean 10,000. Yeah, yeah. You could have just said that. I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes to around 1 million or so. Mayhap if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money, somehow. Not enough to pay everybody for their fucking identities just a little bit ago. A nondescript handful of cash. In that case, here is a nondescript handful of cash. That basket of that invisible basket is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. 100 just beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. Ah, that's their game. It's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million, so we're looking at 100 times more. Oh, right. I panicked and got it confused with Alphina's million gil. Hey! She just like me, for real, for real. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But yeah, I hate when you're right. And let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Yeah. Mablu, of course. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. So, it's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wuk-Lamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whomever she likes. Hooray, let's see about getting you in that saddle then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Did they explain the beak thing and I just missed it? It's probably like right before I stopped playing last time. Should the rest of us stay behind for it? Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, wow. Huh. Interesting. Technical difficulties. Let me try to reset the game real quick. I wonder if those are just general server issues or what's up. Be my luck if they just started maintenance right now or something. All right. We're back in. There's my character. 141, Jesus. That is 100 more than we're in queue last time. Just an influx of people. Is there an update today that I missed? And I'm bummed. I'm been making pulled pork sandwiches for a minute out of this big thing of pulled pork I had made. And then somebody just pulled it out and left it out, and now it all went bad, so no more pulled pork. Operating on 0 food now. Because I subsist on pork. I don't know, I could subsist on pork for sure. Just pulled pork, bacon. Alright, we're back. Holy shit. Holy shit. That was an interesting moment. Let me skip through to where we were. Ah, yes, the invisible basket. She got the million gil confused with the actual amount. Blah, blah, blah. I actually forgot her name again. Alright. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Oh, he's got all his bases covered. Bro's just fucking making bank off this. Gladly. Although, Garrett, I think you should go work with Wook Lamont. Of course. Needed no convincing. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely have sage advice to share. I don't know about that. I wouldn't associate me and sage advice. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. It just adds to the challenge. As if I'd do such a thing. But I'll leave the wool with Garrett anyway. Better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. Ah. Almost like you're some kind of merchant or something. Thinking like that. dare say mezcal may sell well as an It may? Definitely. I'll buy some right now. They all just have, like, gender color-coded outfits. Something I can do for you. We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? This basket of fine alpaca wool. This invisible basket of wool I have in one hand. Stuffed in my back pocket. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. Well, fuck you too. And what might that be? Mezcal! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, Havli. You're a baller. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. How about half a jug? This bodes well for us, Third Promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. So 5,000. Hold on. Did you say Third Promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. Jesus Christ. 3 years, that stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoral Ja will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. Ah, war profiteering. It's nothing personnel, Third Promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. What a little piece of shit. I like the cut of his jib. Damn, it's getting hard to draw through this thing. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Little bastard. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for their for your victory, Wuklamot. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the Second Promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the First Promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yokhoi ruled our village. Those guys. Good old chop suey, yeah. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn's servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Wait. Alright. Well, then I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. I had not memorized the account, so I was like, wait, it was shitty back then? I thought her dad's been the leader and things have been cool. These guys were trying to bring war. Anyway. But the type of mezcal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have a head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with a piece of Tuliolial on the line. That's a word. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration, so let's first try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Someone who will take this shitty invisible alpaca wool off of me. That guy. You remember? The guy. Yeah. Yeah, you do remember the guy. Bolnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now let's head back to that road where we first met him and extort him for money. So do you really support me? I am once again asking for your bell. What's up, y'all? I'm guessing you didn't find him? Oh, we're just tracking him down. This is the spot. After Bolnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. And he was probably going to Isuvio's Inn? Ikuvio's Inn? One of those two. Most visitors to Huachunpelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? I'm gonna butcher so many of these names. It's not even funny, except for that it's probably gonna be funny. Oh shit, did I even get all the aetheryte currents here? Nope. 200 whole yalms. Feels wrong to just glide around the ground with that when I know it can turn into an airship. Can I have that basket, Garrett? Of course, here in my back pocket. Worth 1 pel in the hundreds column. I feel like that's not shortening anything. Bolnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise, you wish to do business with me? Senpai? Might I ask what this is all about? I see, so the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Magic. But allow me to invest in your efforts. Baller. Peace and Tyrol is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Did you just make that out of the wool we gave you, or did you just have that? Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. It's very generous, Bolnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I third promise I won't let you down. Haha. I have every faith in you, third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. And he's gone. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Garrett remembered our Weaver friend. Yeah, that guy. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading. One which you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Or I could keep it. Yes. Yes. Here, Garrett, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Erentvo would never let me hear the end of it. Wish I could put it on. Just every future cutscene, I'm just in the poncho. Until we trade it, of course. Maybe I want it. Just let me keep it. All set. Our next deal is waiting to be found. Can I, like, invest and trade for the... for the poncho? Do I have some pel in my pocket? Success. You traded a 100 pel basket of alpaca wool for a 500 pel wool poncho. I like the animation they did for that. That was completely unnecessary. This is going to be just a trading mini-game from now on. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. So I found Cal Kestis. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? Well, let's just look at them. They aren't wearing one? If they're not wearing a poncho, we need to correct that. It's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Fuck yeah. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. I know when I'm traveling, I always need me a poncho. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamulja hardly wear anything to begin with. That's exactly why they need a poncho. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamulja, who soldier for a living, prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. It also doesn't let them show off their abs. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamulja carrying arms can be struck off the list. Oh, I'm gonna... This really is a trading minigame. This guy. Oh wait, no. He's got a bow on his back. You're a Mamulja. No. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. This man needs a poncho. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tulayolial, and was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelu I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. He doesn't look too tattered or injured. How did he lose his coat? What a splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. What is that? That looks like chainmail, but not very effective. Like a chain necklace. It's like stuck to him, though. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp, the heft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. That arbitrary valuing is good enough for me. Oh, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. like the eponymous owner of Meeplu's mate garden, for one. Her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. What is mate? No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Here are the sex fields. We harvest raw sex here. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Meeplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a far distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be the calm type, right? Maybe. They'll be the alpaca type. Success. You have traded a 500 pel wool poncho for a 1,000 pel hatchet. Making money moves. Excuse me. Well done recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you've a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. Will Clamott steals herself for the ride to find your next trading partner. Oh, we're gonna ride these alpacas? Bet. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. That's my job here. I just hold on to shit. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu was so kindly provided. Has so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. Of course, begin the alpaca ride. Ah, perfect time to take a hit. God damn. Wargor Zormor. That's a fucking... Oh my god. These names. The highlands belonging to the Haktua. I'm so busy taking a hit, I should be reading these. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though... Oh, I missed it. Oh, they don't show up in the event log. Whatever. I'll get it next time. I forgot to get the aetheryte current that was back there before I mount it up. We made it without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Isuvio's Inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. And perhaps you understand, I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Woklamot's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. Is it mate? Is it not pronounced that? I don't know. That's Meeplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the third promise, and let's get to bargaining. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the hell they're harvesting. You have that little axe for me? A finely crafted hatchet you received in trade for a wool poncho. Worth blah blah blah. Worth the plot required amount. Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Meeplu, the owner of these fields? I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, well, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan. The razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. It's so good it's invisible. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange for this hand. A sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mescal. If I may, Mistress Meeplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? Oh no, so just most people wear red. It's not like gender-coded or whatever. Which would be weird. It's indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. For farming, we'll drive them all in the skulls of our enemies. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Woklamot. That is why I am prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? Aha! As a matter of fact, I would. Until Kawana's reforms came about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Our labor. Hold up. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? Dummy. You can rest here if you like, Mablo. Garrett and I have mate together. Oh yes, we do. No. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Oh, so now you don't want to do it yourself. Now there's labor involved. I'm guessing the verdant ones are the good ones. Or can I just magically sense the verdant ones? I am a leaf-picking expert. Warrior of Light really missed their true calling. Gathering random shit in the woods. think that's like 80% of the quests. Gather shit, and then the 20% is just like killing gods. It's how we split our time as the Warrior of Light. What up, Meat Blue? Brought me some leaves then. 5 verdant bundles full. Brundles. A sizable pile of freshly harvested mate something leaves. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. Need to look up how that's pronounced. But not today. Here, we've brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I am prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate bought at the shop. 1 sack of those leaves with I fucked up the punctuation there. Whatever. 1 sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. God, I need another hit before I can speak English, apparently. Then we can build. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. Wasn't a good enough hit. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. /salute. Mablu, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before. Even after everything Tobli's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobli to accept my decision then? Yeah, have you mentioned your plans to leave? Does he know? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace, and becoming Dawn Servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobli held the same opinion, so talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. That grin almost looked like she was gonna fucking eat her. Jesus. But first we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Tea leaves, so it is mate, probably. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Koana and Zoral Ja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Wook Lamont of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Warrior of Light does not approve. He does not approve of this trade. He wanted the poncho. Wook Lamont has her eye on a jug of premium mezcal. So do I. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Arenville's point. I always thought that had like an accent on the E. Unless there is like a mate T I'm not aware of. I'm pretty sure that's mate. Just a little bit more fancy than an alpaca. Where your light just pulls up in the fucking robot. It's like, that was an option? Want to speak with a man by the name of Gobbly. So many leads around here. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we're to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to people here in the distillery, Garrett, perhaps Wook Lamont could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. Mezcal Distillery, my favorite place to gather information. Me, I'm a chef from Tuliolial. I often come here to buy Gobbly's mezcal, the finest in Tyrol, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. Devious. Fucking devious. It would be nice to have less, potent refreshments during such conversations. Also might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. I'll have it for you. It's fine. Oh, there he is. Bro's so short, he was hidden behind the wall. Gobbly might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of Sunperch. Yeah, that place. There's not much I can say about Gobbly, but I can tell you what Gobbly's been saying. The other day, he was muttering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Agave Jaws. Okay. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue. But it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. That's fair. Agave Jaws. What the? I need to see this place. So what did you find out? Well, fucking Agave Jaws, Mablu. Oh, we can make use of all of those tidbits. The deal's as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobbly is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and I'll bring Wook Lamont. And now rock climbing. also part of my expertise. You have business with me, sir? Why don't we talk down below so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? Wouldn't want to disturb him. He's just over there on his alpaca grind set. Now what's this about? Keep it brief if you would, I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Actually, we're on the hunt for 2. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer up a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. Now, if you had a hatchet... No. No deal, just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Don't fall for it. Just let me go. Now the real bargaining begins. Which one of our cards do you want to play first? Probably the distaste for strong drink. At first. Don't get Wuklamot drunk. That's just not a good recipe for negotiations. Oh. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. That's what I thought. Yep, that was the entire reason I clicked on that, actually. You're right, absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hobigo friend. I don't know how to pronounce that. But did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Should we offer to call the monsters, causing them trouble? The monsters? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeves until we need it. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes. I must admit, I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity, if I can secure the deal. Ah, yes. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volokshunsa. Voldia. Okay. These fucking names. It would be such a shame to miss the chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. Which is why I have this poncho. I kept it. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing, an introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnok, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliolial. As a supporter of Wook Lamont and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. Golden. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I should like to take full advantage, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. You see, I really like alcohol. I don't think you really comprehend how much I like alcohol. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in agave jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and an introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Garrett and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. Finally. Something I actually enjoy doing. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bull Nok. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wachinpelo. Be safe. I know I am butchering all of these names. Not a single one has been got right. But I have not heard another pronunciation by the game, so I guess these are what we're stuck with. Wait. That should be fucking agave jaws. So just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you've finished clearing out your share of the pests. Fucking agave jaw. What the... Where are the jaws? All I see are agave. What's that? Oh. There we go. I'm not blind, shut up. Holy shit, I remember how to play this class. I fail to see why this place is called Agave Jaws. Is it these assholes? They name it before or after it was infested? Did they? Huh. Do I still apply a debuff? I wasn't seeing it. I heard they were doing changes to Viper's kit. I just don't know if they pushed them through or what they actually were. But I heard they were all just to make shit easier, so I don't think it'll be too big of a problem. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. With Poppy. El Papito. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Mablu the sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Damn, I didn't really get a close-up look at these things. These are ugly as fuck. Oh shit. Is that Gorbino? Pretty sure this might just be the Gorbino's quest of Final Fantasy. And break my ankles. That's how we get around as the Warrior Light. Heidel and protect these ankles. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now if I could just have the sack of leaves. My leaves. A large sack of premium mate leaves you received in trade for a fine hatchet and an investment of labor. Worth 5 pel in the thousands column. Don't have to use spreadsheets when you talk. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Motherfuckers out here speaking in Excel. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobbly. Here are the mate leaves and a written introduction to Balnock, as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work. Especially you, Mablu. Yeah. You were the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Let's go, I did in fact get mezcal! What up, Shammy? Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Straight up carried this whole operation on her back. MVP Mablu. That's right, we got mezcal, and we might in fact get it to the person who needs it before I drink it all. That might happen. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now, should I ever become a... Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Damn, that was fast. Excellent work, Mod. Excellent trade. Success. You traded a 5,000 pel sack of top-grade mate leaves for a 10,000 pel jug of premium mezcal. Fuck yeah. We drank in tonight. I mean, we traded tonight. Even at the palace, I don't think I've had a 10,000 pel jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you'd better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. That's not a good plan. I think we should give it to Mablu. If you can imagine, or can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start all over again? Never mind, we should not hand it to Mablu. Keep that far away from Mablu. Luckily, Is that... Yeah, Havli's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. This font is really hard to read sometimes. Eyes look like L's, and L's look like eyes. This is it, the trade we've been working towards. The trade to end all trades. Still in one piece. Right, time to make our deal. Excuse me, I have your liquor here, good sir. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We've brought your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing. A few measly clumps of wool. I mean, we can drink it if you don't want it. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. And it wasn't me and it wasn't her. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zural Jah, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. These names. The trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, third promise. Great. Great. Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles. That didn't even take, like, the night. Bro works fast. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. I can taste that smooth mezcal already. We did it. The saddle is ours. Gonna do a dance? Bust out in song? And to think we started out with only 100 pel basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you're going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It makes me so glad to hear you say that, third promise. We got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. Aw, shit. They really did not have to do that animation at all. Success. You traded a 10,000 pel jug of premium mezcal for a taming saddle. One sec. Try and get Chamois in here. Maybe. Glad they did, though. Gives me hope they'll add a barter/trading job in this game, maybe. Yeah. That would be interesting. I don't know if they'd, like, would that be between the players, though, or would you do that with various NPCs? You know? Looks like with players it could get kind of messy, but then with NPCs there would be, you know, always a meta. Oh yeah, but like, Like probably NPCs. There's already player trading. I think if they had like barter goods with like their own barter system, you know, because there wouldn't really be much player, you know, reason to invest in any of that really. But yeah, there would definitely end up being a meta around it. But it would be fun. You've acquired the saddle then. Yes, and thanks in no small part to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. Oh, is there gonna be an alpaca taming minigame too? Is this the introduction to the Beastmaster job? I know. This is something I need to learn. They did a good job with it in the Island Sanctuary. There's rotating supply, demand, and popularity and stuff. With the NPCs? I haven't done much of the Island Sanctuary. I didn't know there was like a whole economy based around that and shit. Great sunken gods, I did it. That's an explanation, or an exclamation. Great sunken gods. Great Cthulhu, Lord of the Deep. I did it. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit. As if he was completely accepting of Wuk-Lamat's touch. Oh, you and me both. That is because of the singular scent in which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. That is one drugged up alpaca. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but they're actually kind of cute. Are you only now noticing that? It's the eyes. It's how they get you. They lure you in and then they puke in your face. Zerl, he's back. And he got a fucking golden one. He got a shiny. Having done exactly what he set out to do. That alpaca he's brought, is it just me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. He went in there and brawled out with it. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. Yep, he punched that thing into submission. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Wuk-Lamat. Damn. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Taral can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. Okay, Edgelord. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Jesus. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict. The wages of war's merciless nature. These are what moved the clans to join in the founding of Tuliolial. All those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth, have they basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but as opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. 'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellions it spawned and the ruins it left behind. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Ghul Jaja did not elevate the Mamul Jah, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tuliolial, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Huh. Oh, well done. Well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me, or even with Koana. It's like we're not even family. This is an interesting perspective. Just like, I'm gonna cause so much war that people are gonna fucking hate it. They're gonna want peace. I'll ponder Zerul Jah and his mysteries later. Right now I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle. I've practiced how to use it. So lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of Orankanka is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we can't enter ourselves, we can see Wuklamad off on her hunt. Do we have a spare jug of mezcal? Can sip on while I sit on the sidelines and just kind of watch her do all the work? Oh, there was a hunt train going on. Yeah. This is a beautiful area. I can do this. I know I can. Slash cheer on Wuklamad as she marshals her courage to attempt the harrowing task of capturing a wild alpaca. Give her the good old slash cheer. Ha-ha!
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wooklamart is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
And drink mezcal? At least eat some tacos?
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Whoa. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, he meant that kind of tent.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Jacques Tural? Why did you cross the salt?
The fucking salt.
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me.
It's kind of a
But
baller
then,
name for the
some
ocean.
years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlayan. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking, and I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Well, except me. I'm just here because it sounded like fun.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
That would have been funny if she showed up just on a completely different animal.
I did it.
Shows up like riding a dragon or something. Like, I think this is good enough.
You're utterly spent. And small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
but especially me. I did, in fact, slash cheer on Woklama. Gave her the most enthusiastic slash cheer you've ever seen. I'm so relieved the third promise came back to us safely. And the alpaca she tamed is a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feet of gold. Even if it's not as shiny. Ooh. Dyes. Let's get the ice blue. Mablu is minded to rush ahead to the village. Oklamat still seems a bit unsteady on her feet. Hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away fatigue like magic, though? Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we shall set a slower pace for our exhausted third promise. Except me, I'm teleporting back via Aetheryte. Oh, but it's fine. You guys just fucking disappear. I think it'll still be quicker to teleport. Teleports in, grabs some tacos, and just waits for them to get here. Came back ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea then. Woklamat can't be that far behind. Oh no, I just canonically teleported ahead of them. 'Cause fuck 'em. That tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you've become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruit they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking a valley alpaca. But it's not shiny. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it. We did it. Although I couldn't find a shiny one like Zeralja did. Seriously, what the fuck? I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born once every few decades. They're elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. He's magical too! Oh my god. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Gulu Jaja himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too, Papi? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Tuliolial, in a time when the mountain giants, the Yakhoi, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tributes. Those were wretched days, to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came the young Glul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure equal to the Yakhoi in stature, and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Oh, I don't doubt it. Yet Gul Jaja showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight. Which head? None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Gul Jaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu Pelu from the Yakhoi's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take to the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering amity between the clans. So he turned them into merchants. So it was that a few words from Gul Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. That is what I just said, yeah. I've never heard the bond Poppy forged with the Pelu Pelu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Yeah, it's on pillars. Of course it's not very detailed. Then you may not know that Gul Jaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca, a magical golden alpaca, because of course he did. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures. Well, an ordinary one was the best I could manage. Don't worry, you're just a little bit of a failure. Feet required no more than that, Third Promise. And you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. It's fucking adorable. Look at him. Look at him. Aww. And then he throws up in your face. Mablu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Straight up, the spit was bad enough without knowing it was also partially digested food. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pelu Pelu fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. We didn't have time to model it. Oh, they did have time to model it. Holy shit. It's not invisible like my bundle of wool was. Or the hatchet. Or my mezcal. God damn it. So this is what they look like. Go on, set it in the tablet. Looks like a fucking six-sided die. A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more. Then we can finally play Dungeons and Dragons together. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, Wuklamot. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. I'm out this bitch, fuck all of you. Tobly, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. That's basically what I said, actually. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. Well, maybe not every moment. This is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide, yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. Aww. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear you found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it. Thank you, Tobly. You're alright for a little bastard. What did I tell you, Moblu? There's one last thing I can help you with, Third Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. And I suggest you talk to the Yakoi. I thought you didn't just wipe them out? They once ruled over far more than just Urkopacha and the Pelu Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yogg-Tothrol and all its peoples. During that era, the Pelu Pelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yakoi have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated. Bob Ross taught you well. We lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Oh, so they get the impressive mountain. Oh, Cryo, I have a question I'd been meaning to ask. And since we've finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? I didn't even realize she was wearing it. Yes, pieces just like it first became fashionable in Yogg-Tothrol around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago. Right about the time my grandfather made his journey, yet the Dawn Servant implied the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I'd appreciate that very much, thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Moblu? just gesture. Right then, let's head back to Toliolial and get ready to search for the next elector. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best mezcal for the occasion, and another jug for me. You know, me over here, the guy with the glasses. No, nobody wants to talk to me? Okay, okay. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought a golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zeral Jah supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Wuk-Lamat. Everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. You might be right, Moblu. You might be right. Oh, Moblu. Now get back in the fields! No. Feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales before Zeral Jah and his shiny golden alpaca. Of course there's a golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods know you've all been so supportive, but I want to be strong, or wise, like my brothers, to be a promise that people respect. It's not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Zabalyav Tae with us. The contest has hardly begun. Yeah, that one. Everybody knows Professor Xavier. The fucking music here. Feels like I just teleported into Vegas. But like in the 19 fucking like the 60s or something. And just like that, we found an elector and won our first keystone. I knew I was right to trust your instincts, whichever one you decided. Come on, let's keep things moving and march onwards to Kozamauka. Kozamauka. Chances are good we'll find an elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see what your patient Hanu friend has to say. The dude who's just been waiting here. I know I told you I'd help you like, maybe like a week or two ago? But I swear I meant it. I'm back now. I've been quite content waiting here. Dining on the third promises coin. Oh, shit. But it seems you're ready to ask your questions now. So what is it you'd like to know? She's gonna be broke by the end of all this. Well, Clement has no money at the end. The route to Okhanu. We go south through the Arch of the Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside the Kozamauka River. Is that right? It is. Be warned, however, my brethren tell me the recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart and several people injured if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. We'll be sure to watch our footing, thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. Sounds like they were hit by that storm, or hit hard by that storm. Anyway, if we're bound by if we're bound for Kozamauka, we should head over to the Arch. Yeah. To fucking Kozamauka. Also, we can get to the village of Okhanu. I can probably butcher them even more if I try. Are we all ready to leave? I've been ready. Then onward to Kozamauka. Open the way. It's the way looks pretty open. I mean, I'm not an expert on these things, but the way looks pretty fucking open.
Kozamauka, the land of rainbow terraces.
Hey, I think I said it right. Hold up.
It commands the gaze of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel.
Surprising.
An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield.
Ah yes, the heavy flow of life.
Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the marshy trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. How did all those cliffs jut out like that? How, like, what made that formation? That can't be natural.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can
Look
feel
at that
the
shit.
weight of that water.
We're gonna find out that like Wuklamat's dad just came and
The island
cleaved out the
was
the fucking
impressive,
falls with his axe or
But
something.
as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told you I've been here before.
I only fell into a bog a few
Come
times.
on. Okanu isn't much farther.
Totally would have expected her to say that. There's no stopping the third promise, is there? Good thing she has Erenville to keep her from getting lost. For all his grumbling, he's certainly there for her. Everyone should be so lucky to have such a loyal childhood friend. Oh, I'm getting cucked. Damn. Right, let's get moving. If we continue along this road, we should find ourselves in the village before long. Oh wow, that is some relaxing music. Bro's hands are just all over that piano. Oh. Ah, everyone has arrived. And none the worse for wear. Except for a certain third promise who slipped in the mud, despite my explicit warnings. God damn it. Hey, I asked you not to say anything. Anyway, this is the Hanu village. I was telling you about Okanu. Oh, so the people are the Hanu. Alright. Weren't the other people the Pelu? So it all just fucking repeat it twice for everyone. Wuklamot wishes to seek out the Dawn Servant's Elector yet again. It's like our friend said, the people are in no mood for festivities. I can only assume they're still recovering from the damage wrought by the storm. Indeed. Well, let's do what we came to do and find this Elector. Hello, I am the Elector. No. Oho Kali. Please tell me I get that as an emote. Oh, what now? It's a Hanu greeting. Surely you heard it last time you were here. Well, I was busy enjoying the festival. Greetings to the third promise and her entourage. I, Zanuhali, welcome you to Okanu. As the elder of my people, I shall also be fulfilling the duties of Elector during the rite of succession. Oh shit, it was that easy. I'm ready. Give me the feat and test my worth. All in good time, all in good time. In fact, I came to let you know that we are not quite ready to begin. You had so long, though. For the moment, please enjoy the hospitality of our village. Or is that the test? Just how long can you stand waiting? Before you just rage. Start tearing the entire village apart. Right then, it helped to do some investigating at Wachinpelo, so let's take a look around here as well. Oh, they are referencing the other one, even though I could have done them in any order. Might I suggest a division of forces? For instance, Erenville, Alize, and Krill could concentrate on the southern half of the settlement. Meanwhile, Wuklamot, Garrett, and myself will handle this northern half. Sounds good to me. Bet. Look around Okanu, and by look around we mean, like, talk to these specific two people, probably. Oh no, one of those is actually a point to look out at. Look out from. Yes. Doing important research. What? It's a giant disc arch or circle arch. Not really a disc. I have an inexplicable urge to fly through it now. The gaping hole in the wall and missing portion of the roof are clearly the work of the storm's powerful winds. Repairs appear to be ongoing. I didn't even notice that. You heard about the storm? I've never seen the likes of it before. With the supplies and help the Dawn servants sent, we're making progress repairing and rebuilding our homes. But while roofs and walls can be patched, there's so much else that was lost for good. Starting to make more sense why they're still not ready. A lot of houses are still damaged, and the Hanu I've spoken to are not their usual cheery selves. That storm broke more than wooden reeds. There must be something I can do to help them. I'm going to look around a bit more. Honestly, a lot of this I'm impressed is still standing if they had a bad storm. This kind of place looks like it could get blown over by a strong gust of wind. The dry and shrunken bundles suggest the reeds were harvested some time ago. Seriously, you'd expect some damage to the bigger structures. Ooh. Woven from reeds, this boat-like vessel is reminiscent of a bird. The beak and feathered tail in particular stand out. Those do stand out as especially bird-like, I suppose. This boat must be woven from the same reeds I've seen gathered into bundles here and there. The plants hold both practical and cultural significance to the Hanu, then. For the culture. Hello, can you all hear me? I'm told they're ready to receive us now. Come to the large building in the south of the village. On my way. We ought to hurry over too. I wasn't going to tell them we're going to, but we'll just surprise them.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Soralja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Bro caught a shiny alpaca. I don't think he's gonna fail here.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, Elder of the Hanu. I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne. Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
He made it after all.
Oh, different guy. That's the two-headed guy. This guy did not catch a shiny alpaca. This guy wasn't even there.
No need to fuss. There is no time
Fucking
limit for
loser.
this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed.
What's it do?
It is
Do certain
here,
people only
in
have to do
Locarno,
certain
where
like
my people
feats?
forged a bond with the Dawn Servant.
There are like 2
during
people
our
at the other
own
one.
chapter of the Tuli Yolal saga. In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu. I wonder what this feat entails.
We use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing.
Just like, yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but things look
How
pretty shit in this
unfortunate, then,
village.
that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament.
Went to a vantage point to check it out and
For
everything. It's the
surely
only thing I could
those who
see.
aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
Well, one of the keystones,
Why
because
bother
apparently they all
mucking
carry a
about
bunch
in
of
the
them.
mud when we can take the stone by force?
The fuck? That's an option?
Mercy me. You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja.
Well, if you just murder all the
Some
electors and take the
may
fucking
enjoy going toe-to-toe
take the
with
stone, then I
Scarecrow's
guess you're
life.
the leader.
But I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace.
I feel like that without
If
their
you're still
consent part
feeling
is gonna come up
feisty,
later. Like,
then by
I'm
all
definitely
means,
gonna have to fight some
draw
of these
your
electors.
weapon.
They're gonna be like, no, the only way you're getting my stone is by kicking my ass.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone.
It's like assassinations aren't allowed, but
The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best.
doesn't
of
mean we're
luck.
not gonna just beat the shit out of each other. We're still gonna totally do that if they wanna.
The clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties.
He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use.
What of Little Miss Mittens?
You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running.
Then we see eye to eye on this, brother. Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you.
That must be
These
strange.
allies of hers, though.
It's like they both go by the same name, but they're both different personalities. It's like they're clearly both different people, but they both make up one person.
Damn it.
I wonder,
Just as qualified to be
it's
here
like, are
as
they
they
both
are.
in charge of the body,
show
or
them.
do they both just think as one? Is there like half a brain in each
Easy
one?
now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
I don't know. I'm pretty high right now. By which I mean, of course, hydrated. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm keeping myself in tip-top condition. It's important to go with all this weed I'm smoking. I don't know the first thing about farming, but if there's a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu, then we're going to find it. I'll make Bakul Jaja eat his words. Understanding the nature of the problem will be the key to solving it. We need to examine the reeds themselves and then deduce the cause of their poor condition. Aaronville, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are grown? Of course, follow me. And so we followed him. By which I mean everybody else teleported, and I was like, hey guys, where are we going? You can all stand back. I'll get to the problem of this, or I'll get to the bottom of this problem in no time. I'll get to the problem of this bottom in no time. Give me strength. Let's all of us scour the fields and help our bold leader identify anything unusual. Oh, wow. Ew. That's some nasty water. As Zanuhali described, the reeds appear wilted and unhealthy. This is a beautiful spot, though. The water contains no obvious contaminants and looks fresh and clear at a cursory glance. Does it? Does it really? I don't know, this place looks kind of fucking disgusting. The area around it looks really nice, though. The soil in the paddies is, as one would expect, rich in color and suitably moist, not dry nor flaky. Lethargic frog. They're putting chemicals in the reeds that are making the frogs lethargic. A small frog catches your eye, strangely lackadaisical. It doesn't even bother to hop when it eventually scurries away. Seen enough? I'll call everyone together and we can share our discoveries. Well, what do we think? Any obvious problems? They drugged the frogs. I'm telling you guys. It's gonna sound crazy. I agree, the waters look to be of good quality. No, they fucking don't. As does the mud in which the reeds have been planted. Frogs and insects are unusually torpid. It suggests the problem is affecting not only the reeds, but also the creatures which live among them. Could something invisible to the naked eye be polluting the water? We would need an alchemist to know for certain. I don't have much to add about the fields, but something else occurs to me. When you were describing how the creatures seemed lifeless, I couldn't help but be reminded of all the listless villagers. They've suffered a terrible tragedy, I know, but there is another reason for their flagging spirits, I believe. Go on. The festival. This is traditionally an occasion for celebration and renewal, so without it, the Hanu are struggling even more to recover. The last time I visited, the village was in the middle of Oh, no, I did that right. The village was in the middle of the festivities. You'll never see the Hanu more joyful and alive. It's an indispensable part of their culture, and its absence will only compound their woes, so I say we help them put on their festival. Give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Who knows, maybe fixing one problem could lead us to a solution for the other. Being high as fuck does not help reading these blocks of text, I swear. Yeah. I failed to see the relation between festivals and fields. Let's not be too hasty in dismissing the idea. Things which seem unrelated can later prove to be connected in surprising ways. True, and being bereft of ideas as we are, any proposal is worth entertaining. I suppose. Besides, this is Wuklamot's journey. It's only right that we follow her lead. Thanks, everyone. By the way, does anyone know where the festival float is? It's like a boat woven from reeds that looks like a bird. I thought that was just their normal boat. In that big building to the north? Let's go and see it. I just figured all of their boats looked like birds. As was the style at the time. There's much less debate when I'm traveling alone. Real shit. Let's go see the bird boat. Hauling ass to the bird boat. Fuck your water. Pretty sure that feeds out right into their fields. Fuck them. Just the worst fucking shit. Warrior of Light poisons the local water supply. Yes, this is the float I remember. Jesus. Does it not appear somewhat damaged to you? We should take a closer look. Inspect the festival float. Do I move the camera? Yeah. Can I move the camera? Ah, it's missing an eye. Am I supposed to? Ah, and a balloon. Lantern, whatever the fuck those dangly things are. Oh dear, one of the bird's eyes appears to be missing a gemstone. Oh, that's definitely broken. How they lift this great big vessel without all the carrying poles intact? That's what, okay. Do they carry it over the... That just seems like it would get in your way if you were trying to carry it from that pole. Oof. These tail feathers have seen better days. I swear the colors were a lot brighter the last time I saw them. Well, I think we can all agree this bird boat is in dire need of repairs. Now, how do we go about fixing it? This is gonna fix all of their problems. Just fix up their float. What's going on here? We were admiring your festival float. 'Tis a shame it's in such a poor state due to the recent storm, I gather? Yes, we had to leave it exposed while we ushered our people to safety. With the float in this condition, there can be no lifting of wings. No... Oh god. Ilehana? Yeah, the thing. That's what the festival was called. I want to help you hold it. Have you not seen our village? Homes are ruined. We're struggling to make repairs, and you want us to hold a harvest festival? Fucking real? I know how it sounds, but giving in to misery never improved anyone's situation. A celebration of life and growth may help give you the strength to work through this tragedy. The role of festival leader is mine this year, and there's nothing I would like more than to lift everyone's spirits. But we don't even have enough materials to repair the float. We need Abakiksa for the missing eye, Uyipo wood for the poles, and feathers from the winds chosen to adorn the tail. Oh yeah. Jesus. 2 of these I know. Really? That's surprising. Abakiksa is a type of precious stone used in arcane equipment, and Uyipo wood is essential for crafting ceremonial instruments. He's chosen feathers, however. The winds chosen is the victor of a competition in which the contestants see who can blow a feather the furthest using wind magics. And that's something of a problem right now. We Hanu Hanu are gifted at employing such airy sorceries, but expend a great deal of mana when doing so. We are soon exhausted by the effort, and having no reeds to eat will only make it harder. I think I understand. Your vibrant reeds grow quickly and vigorously, so much so that they stifle the development of nearby plants. They must be a potent source of the energies you naturally lack. They are indeed. Owing to the poor harvest this year, we've been left enervated. And if we cannot gather the correct materials as dictated by custom, we cannot repair the festival float. Oddly enough, we may have just stumbled upon our solution. The winds chosen would, by necessity, have a natural gift for manipulating magical energies, which means any feathers taken from the victor should be high in ethereal conductivity. The float's construction also requires a stone used in arcane equipment, as well as timber favored for ceremonial tools. The demand for such specific materials must have an underlying reason. It's a magic bird boat. It's a magic bird boat. Precisely what I was thinking. This boat of reeds is in fact an arcane focus of some kind. Magic bird boat. A focus? For what? Oh. Ihihana is a harvest festival, isn't it? That must mean the float was made to encourage healthy crops, so if we repair the boat and hold the festival, its arcane powers might fix what's wrong with the reeds. We won't know until we try. But 'tis a sound theory. Celebration, prayer, ritual ceremonies, these have all been known to elicit miraculous effects. It might also be that we changed out all the water in the fields for Brondo, the thirst mutilator. Wait. The float is a tool for magic? This is the first I'm hearing of it. In the beginning, it may well not have been. After a good harvest year, there would be no reason to change it. But when the harvest was poor, new adornments were likely added, and those who performed the labor may have imbued their work with ardent hopes for a brighter future. Through years of trial and error, the Hanu would have refined their festival float into a focus for harvest prayers. Incredible. And also entirely speculative. I know you're practically fainting from hunger, but reviving Ihihana really does sound like the solution to all your woes. I promise we'll do everything in our power to help you. Still not convinced about this focus business, but I accept your aid nonetheless. I will introduce you to the shipwright who's been maintaining the float these last few years. He's replaced both the eyes and the poles before, so he should know where and how to procure what we need. And allow Alice and I to acquire the feathers. We will encourage the people of Okanu to gather and vie for the title of Winds Chosen by sharing them with our own reserves of mana. Or sharing with them our own reserves of mana. I'll go with you. I carry some alchemical brews that may afford the same effect. Get drunk on mana potions. I actually made them with some of the local mezcal. The three of us will visit the shipwright. Not without me. I've worked hard to fix the float as best I can, and the responsibility is mine after all. I've not introduced myself, have I? My name is Linu Hanu. Nice to meet you, Linu Hanu, and certainly, let's all go together. The Feet of Reeds. Thanks to Wook Lamont, we found ourselves a promising way forward. Experience and knowledge are valuable assets, but there's something to be said for following one's instincts. Yeah, who needs experience and knowledge? The shipwright's name is Wook Ivu. He's a Zabral who only moved to Kozamauka a few years ago, but has since mastered our customs to an almost frightening degree. Jesus. He's especially strict when it comes to manners, so make sure to offer him a proper Hanu Hanu greeting. You wouldn't want to offend him right before asking a favor. Shit, I forgot the greeting. A proper Hanu Hanu greeting. Oh, that one. Don't worry, I remember how it goes. Shit. And we shouldn't have any problems. Let's head to Okbekbe, to the south, or to the east of here. Jesus. That word confused me so much I read east to south. Either that, or I just need another hit. This is Okbekbe, the village of all? Or ale? And that's all. Those who drift into Kozamauka from Tuliolial and elsewhere are welcome to live here alongside the Hanu. Yep, the village of all. Because everybody gets to live there. As for Wook Ivu, he lives and works in the House of Waters High, at the top of that large tree nearby. Follow me, but I should warn you, the climb up the stairs can be challenging. I don't think that hit did me any favors. I should probably take another one just to balance it out. No. Not. Yeah, this place is fucking beautiful. These. Fuck these stairs. This is way too long. Like, are you sure you don't want to hunt down all the Aetheryte currents?
What do you want with me?
I'm here to push you off this fucking
Right.
tree.
A greeting. Oh, Kali!
Yeah, that one. Oh my god.
Oh, Kali!
He's gonna look at us like, what the fuck are you two doing now?
Good. You brought your manners with you.
When you know Kanu, do as the Hanu do.
For a country as diverse as ours, the preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
Ah, I appreciate an open mind. In fact, I get the sense we've met before.
You're Wuklamat. Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Wukevu. Here I am prattling on about manners, and I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette. Please, take up your axe and claim my impudent head.
Will not.
Jesus Christ,
your
this
head.
guy. Can I do it?
hate formalities anyway, so forget about it, alright?
All right then, consider it forgotten.
Prompt.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's in bad shape,
Ihihana.
and we need you to craft new carrying poles and a new eye. I'm told you work with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
Uyuipo? Is that what she said?
But while I would like nothing more than to offer my services, I just used the last I had of both those materials. My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm.
I'm gonna try and
I need
remember
10
that,
days
but
or
I
so to
probably won't.
restock.
We can't wait that long. If you tell me where to go, I'll gather them myself.
What? Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social protocol.
I told
dude's
you
a
not
freak.
to worry about such things.
All right then, I shan't worry a whit.
I like him.
What's with your Hanu friend there?
I am festival leader this season, and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Just you know,
Too
completely
many Hanu
speculatively.
have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of
It was a
weeds.
guess.
Your education is
Was-
impressive, Third Promise.
In fact, you know, judging by the evidence they
Well,
presented, it was kind of
maybe
an
a
off the
little.
wall guess.
Allow me to show you where to procure Uyuipo. We can leave the Abokisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
been there once or twice. I can guide you.
But if it's actually like an
That
arcane
should save us
focus
some
that brings
time.
about the apocalypse or something.
All right then, let's get moving.
Or just like, it's an arcane focus. It must clearly be for this, you know, to make the fields more fertile.
Chosen one of your rivals is making progress.
Ihiana, you say?
Should our first choice fail to deliver, it might be wise to let this play out.
The third-rate promise is making herself useful after all.
Boss fight? Cave Kikitola is southwest of Okano. We can return to the village first, then head there on foot. Going into a cave? Is this going to be a dungeon? Did I not attune to the 8th rite while I was there? I probably didn't. God damn it. Probably ran like right past it too. Oof. Let's rectify that as soon as possible. Oh, that's actually cool. Can't walk right up to it, it's just kind of this island surrounded by platforms. I like that design. This entire island just looks like a vacation spot. Southwest of here, was it? Let's be on our way. Hey. Just so happens to be where this Aetherite current is. Is it just Aether current? Cave Kikitola, as promised. Home to many deadly creatures. Venture inside if you feel confident, but I will conduct my own search out here. You can spot Ra Abakiksa by its green-hued glimmer. Bring anything matching that description to me. I shall help scour the inside of the cave then. You take the west half and I'll take the east. see. Maybe the cave is inside the cave. For some reason I was expecting it to be a lot smaller. This is really fucking big for a cave. "67 yalms to the west." It's behind this. Oh, no. Yeah. We're Avakiksa panning right now. Yeah, it looks like... That's really good, actually. They changed it so instead of applying a debuff to the enemy, it applies a buff to you when you use your... that variant of your first hit. You find a chunk of stone glowing a distinct shade of green. This seems like the exact kind of mineral Linuhanu was looking for. Hell yeah. Second try. Yeah, it was kind of irritating having to apply that buff to each monster individually to get the full damage. Being able to just keep it up on yourself is much better. I picked over the ground near the entrance but found nothing. Did you have better luck inside the cave? A green glowing rock containing what appears to be Avakiksa. Yeah. Yes, this is Avakiksa. Along with Krill's contribution, we have more than enough for our needs. The stones you've bought shine very brightly. I thank you both. Square probably also hated that because you could tell who was doing more damage by who was actually keeping that debuff up. Oh no, you can see buffs that other people have on themselves, right? Yeah. You would have been happy to know we were putting things right. Truth be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be festival leader for this year's Ihihana. But when that big storm hit, he did not survive. It fell to me to carry on in his stead. That was why you agreed to Wuk-Lamat's request, despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right. Though I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out before me, and I will walk it, for myself and for my friend. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. I'm certain our companions are procuring the other materials as we speak. Everything will come together, and the Hanu shall host a splendid, uplifting festival. That we shall. You have my nod of approval. With that, let us return and deliver the Avakiksa into Wook-Evu's waiting hands. That's the protagonist nod right there. That's how you know shit's gonna get done. Out of the northwest. Yeah, I'll get that later. as we whoosh along. I really like the design for this guy. Like he was a boss in one of the other Final Fantasies, right? I am not a big enough fan to know which one. But again, design is really cool. And the fact that he transforms, just, I wish I could show it off right now, but that would require me getting every aetherite current here. Ether current. I'm not about to go just do that right now. Maybe if Shammy was flying me around. Oh no, I have to go to the top of this tree again. The House of Waters high. Extremely high. Thanks to the third promise and our mighty swings, we've collected some suitable logs of... What did she say? Uiuipo. That wasn't it. Fuck. What of the Abakiksa? Thanks to the third... Oh, shit. Let me just read that twice, because I'm extremely high. Yes, these are excellent samples, a goodly quantity too. At this stage, you've likely surmised that the lifting of wings encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how, huh? Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes to plan, the results should be spectacular. Now to get to work crafting these pieces for the float. I could use an assistant versed in the arcane arts to enhance the Uiopo's conductivity. And I'd be delighted to help. Everyone else should head back to Alkanu. We'll join you at the float once the work here is complete. This is so long to go without like a single dungeon. Gathering the Uipo was a trial in and of itself. At first, Wookievu criticized everything I did. Then he suddenly yelled, "I've spoken ill of the third promise and must punish myself," and proceeded to slam his head into an Uipo tree. Damn. I told him not to worry about it, again, and it was like snuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. At least we've seen to the poles and the new eye. Now we just have to wait for the feathers from the twins. Aw, shit. Level 97. I don't think I got any new class actions from that, but level 97. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Over there, by the float. Isn't that the third promise? Then the rumors are true. She's trying to complete the feat of reeds by reviving Iana. The festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save our harvest? The second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Alkanu altogether. Damn. Maybe we asked too much of our young claimants. Straight up bailed. Well, I wouldn't be too quick to count Koana out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reeds. Something about what needs to be done. I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that at all. Is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another one of his innovations firsthand. That sounds like our Koana. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. It took some doing, but we managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Winds Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. You should have seen it. He called forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for Moms. We had to turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Aaronville's twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I'm a gleaner. Magic is not part of our trading. Why'd you try? As for us, we've brought the woods and gemstone replacements crafted by Wook Ivu. That's all that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Papa was the guest of honor last time. Poppy. Last time I was here. I remember being surprised they could even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. The rider must be a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn Servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Oh, who is it? Our beloved Ihiana, the lifting of wings, is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wuklamat, as our guest of honor. Huh? Me? Don't act so surprised. Come on. This boat won't make me seasick, will it? I don't think so. Then weigh anchor. I can hardly refuse a request from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I would be delighted to ride your float. Thank you, Wuklamat. I mean, that depends on how shaky the people holding it are. It might make her sick. I have rules for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kozanwaki, where the sacred likeness of Kixali is ensconced. Oh my god. What I'd like you to do is clear the path of dangerous wildlife so that the procession can move along unimpeded. They are trying to kill me with these words. Consider it done. You expect me to sit still until Wook Ivu is finished with the float? Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Wook Ivu with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and branches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridges to the stride of the sun. Then we shall see to clearing it end to end. Ugh. Pray, speak with Wuklamat. As Linuhanu said, Kozanwaki should be down this way. Then off to the east when the path branches. Then something about bridges and the stride of the sun. Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you've culled all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Kiksaihi. Kiksaihi? Something like that. One of those two, for sure. Alright. Finally get to kill more shit. Oh. That was the wrong button. It's been too long since they've let me actually fight. I mean, I meant to do all of that. That was entirely intentional. I would never hit a wrong button. Never a misinput. Not a single one. What the fuck is that thing? Ew. Ew. What are you? Ew. 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 Why am I not whooshing all over the place in this thing? What's wrong with me? Ah, shit. It's like right over here. There you are. That's an ocelot here? Oh shit, that's a lot of ocelots. Nope. Wrong button again. That's my ranged. Alright. We need to look into what other changes they made to Viper. Welcome to Kozanuakali, I think. Ah, you were a step ahead of us. Yeah, it was weird. You guys just stepped out and just disappeared from existence. I didn't know where you went. This must be the likeness of Kiksalhi, the Hanu deity of the harvest. Yeah, even their sacred images are woven with reeds. Makes you appreciate how much their culture revolves around the reed harvest, doesn't it? It said that Kigzaihi was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to the Tyrol by the first Hanu. The Hanu migrated here from another continent? Mayhap the two do share a common ancestor. This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be getting back to Linohanu? You'll want to know the path is safe for the procession. Right, and I need to ride on the float. I'll run ahead and tell him we're done here. You do that. Meanwhile, this crazy motherfucker. Oh shit. And that even crazier
Not
motherfucker.
sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
Aw. Can't even do the greeting.
Handle this in a civilized way.
People are simping over this guy?
We're
Come
more
on.
than willing
Can't even do the fucking greeting.
Kill you.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Wonder with the link pearls, do they just keep that in their ear at all times?
Are you
Just always have a fucking marble in their ear?
Little bird.
I could never have repaired the float alone.
It sounds so
Not
uncomfortable.
properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again. This is a priceless treasure. And as festival leader, I would die to protect it.
Very well, if that's what you want.
Doesn't that disqualify him? Well, maybe it would have, I guess, if he had actually attacked.
I put everything into that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us. But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Not with gang here.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you like.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts. Lucky for you. Eh?
Get out of here. Can't even do the greeting head ass. Can't even do the greeting two-headed ass.
Ugh, 2 heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
It'll take more than that to kill me. So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
That is an unnerving smile. Please stop smiling. Oh, God. Alright. I think I'm going to call it there for today. It has been a very, very lore-heavy stream. I don't know that that's really going to change until we're done with the DLC and trying some of the harder raid content that's coming out. Of course, very late for me. Anyway. Feel free to drop a follow if you want a notification whenever I'm on, and other than that, peace out.